A huge thank you to everyone who's continued to support my work on Talk Beliefs. I now have a Patreon campaign where all contributions go towards the cost of travel, audio and video equipment, and fees to religious events that I fully intend to continue to infiltrate. Thank you. Okay, I'll do a little experiment. I'm in Starbucks at the moment. I've been in there for, about a half an hour or so. If I just walk out, will I be assaulted by some religious person handing me a small tract which will tell me that my life needs changing? Let's just see. Okay, coming out. So I go right or left? Left. What's this?
So, what do you believe, bro, if you don't mind? Also, do you believe in the concept of a creator? Or?
Oh, I did, but...
you did?
I did,
Okay.
yeah, but not so much now.
What happened?
I just, nothing really happened. I just sort of started thinking about it, and could this be made up by people? And the more I looked into the Bible and everything, I said, oh yeah, it's made up.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's one of them things, I suppose, because, you're right, in the sense that it's not something you can test, you know what I mean? If we can't see the creator, or we can't put him in a box and do like a scientific sort of test around it, it's one of those things. Most people say, look, this is based on faith, either you believe or you don't.
Yeah, it pretty much is.
I would argue that I think we can come to a rational conclusion that there actually is a creator. You know, in terms of rationality, like it makes sense.
I've yet to find one.
Yeah? I'll put my argument across, and then you can be the
me.
judge.
You may be right, but I mean, just personally, I need to have that thing click in my head.
Yeah, of course. But obviously, like if I can share some light, and then it might make you think in a certain way that you might not have necessarily.
Oh, yeah, I'm open to that.
Okay,
sure.
good. So let's say, right. So rational thought, like something that makes sense. So let's say, for example, if I say I'll put my shoe on this morning. Yeah, I'll put my shoe with my both hands and I put it on my foot. That's more rational to believe than if I said I'll put my foot out and my shoe flew on my foot.
Of course.
Understand? Yeah.
Yes.
You might not have necessarily been there to witness it, but rationally, with your understanding of life and how things work, you would know, like, look, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if I said I'll put it on, even though you weren't there, again, you'll say, look, that happened. Yeah, that's rational.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Okay, so I'm saying in terms of how this whole world, us humans, and like the universe came about, I reckon I'll put it down to 3 ways of how we could have come into existence.
Yeah.
Yeah. So number one, we could have come out of nothing. Yeah. One day there was nothing, and all of a sudden we just appeared. Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 2, the universe, the earth, and all that created itself. Yeah. So this whole existence that we know just suddenly manifested. Made itself. Yeah. And number 3, someone created it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you got any more options, because those are the only 3 options that I've ever thought of. Like, this is the only way we could have come into existence.
The only ones I can think of, similar to your second one, is that matter always existed.
Always existed. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Always existed.
And the other one is we don't know yet.
Yeah.
and science may yet find out.
Of course. But alright. So if it had all existed, the only reason I didn't put that one in there. Well, actually, okay, let's put it in there. All right, let's put it in there.
All right.
So we've got those 4 options. So we'll look at number 1. Yeah. It came out of nothing. Yeah. Is it right? Look, if I was to say to you, for example, let's say this lamppost, for example, I was walking down here this morning, and all of a sudden it just appeared out of thin air.
Yeah.
Would you rationally, because remember we're using rational arguments, would you believe that I was walking past and this thing came about, like rationally speaking?
I might believe that you believe you saw it.
Yeah.
You know what
but
I mean?
no, I'm saying using your
might
rational
be convinced
thought.
by it.
Yeah.
But it is unlikely.
Unlikely. Okay.
Yeah.
So, because I'm saying basically in terms of that, how do you make a thought by your previous history, your 5 senses, what you see, what you've experienced in your life?
Yeah.
I can both agree. Yeah, we can be sure that none of us have ever experienced something coming out of nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's the laws of the universe, and obviously there has to be a cause to be a reaction and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm saying if that lamppost couldn't come out of nothing, and it follows the same laws of the universe that everything throughout the whole space follows.
Yeah.
Why could we believe that this whole universe came out of nothing? I say that's irrational.
Because the universe had to come from somewhere.
It had to come from somewhere, but I'm saying in the sense that it still follows the same laws that it followed from the beginning till now. Like, laws of gravity or laws of time, laws of physics and all that stuff. Those are still apparent from the start till the end. You know what I mean? They don't just suddenly change when they want. These are things that have been set in place in the universe.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, if that can't happen to this lamppost, I find it irrational to believe that this universe could have come out of nothing.
Does it matter if the universe did come out of nothing?
Yeah, because we're trying to find the origin of how the universe came about.
But does it matter to you that there may not be a creator? That is an option.
Yeah, of course. It does matter to me because...
So you'd rather there was one?
No. To be honest, I'd rather there isn't one, because if there isn't one, then there's no purpose to our life. You know what I mean? I can just do whatever I want. If I can rob someone and get away with it, like get £1 million, I'll do that because I won't be held accountable. If I can beat someone
Might be held accountable in this life.
Yeah, no, but if I get away with it,
but not in the
I'll keep
afterlife.
doing it. Yeah, exactly.
Challenge for you.
Oh,
the
fantastic.
internal challenge.
Eternal challenge.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Personally, me, I'm just learning. Anything, I just refer it back to the scholars, but they spoke about it.
Okay. Oh, so it talks about expansion of the universe?
Yeah. Everything. That's actually in the Quran.
Yeah, okay. So, and the human embryo.
When you get home,
Then we made the sperm drop into a clinging clot. I don't know, does that sound correct?
you'll have to
I'm
challenge
not- I'm
it.
not
That's
a-
a challenge for you. You have to go and find out everything that you think you know and challenge it. The top scientists, they failed at doing this.
Well, there may be some biological truths in here, but then again, the Greeks, they were writing about how the human body worked. Couldn't that have been
They were
lifted
back,
from
and if
there?
you go back,
Just
they are
theoretically?
people, isn't it? But I'm saying this is directly from the creator. They were people.
Well, yeah, but you're assuming that.
Yeah, but that's why you challenge it.
Yeah.
You see what you think is right, compare it if maybe the creator is wrong. But you compare it and see if he's wrong, and then do you know what I mean? From what you think is right.
Okay. I better let you guys get on anyway, so I've taken up your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, yeah, it's
Nice
interesting.
talking to you.
Yeah,
Hopefully see you
okay.
again sometime.
Yeah, it's good to have a chat without sort of getting all argumentative.
You know what was that hadith you read about argumentative?
Yeah, like if you're in a conversation and you see it getting nowhere, then you get more reward. It's better for you to
Just
walk
to leave
away
it if
than to
you don't
keep
argue.
arguing, because then you know what I mean. It'll just
Yeah,
be two
then
people
you're
fighting.
just
for no
convinced
reason.
that each one's convinced the other is just an angry person.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
it's best to just leave the situation. But glad it didn't come to that. Like there was no need for it.
Well, I think it's good that you're putting forth that, Muslims are not these people you see on
Yeah, of
telly
course,
blowing
yeah.
themselves up, which is like,
They're not Muslims anyway, because like I said,
Well-
only Allah, only God
Yeah.
can take life. Only He gives life.
you need to go to America and do this because they're just
doing
so.
it. It's so hard, man. But
I've
there's
heard
only
about
we can
America.
do here.
Yeah, like
Donald Trump doesn't want anyone with dark skin even to come in the country anymore. So that'll solve it. But he's nuts anyway.
Yeah,
so.
he is.
Okay, boys, good to see you.
Have a lovely day, man.
Bye bye.
Well, occasionally I will bump into some Muslims who are, well, I don't know if I could say proselytizing. I guess they were doing some apologetics in the street, handing out some tracts, I guess you could call it. I don't think they printed them themselves. And in the end, they gave me a book. And just leafing through that, it's the usual, look what the Quran has proven it knew about this aspect of science and that aspect of science, the expanding universe and how embryos are formed. But I know that those don't hold up. I know I've seen something about that. It just does not hold up. But all this really proves is that what your religion is, or the one you want to be true, you will find ways to justify it. They could easily have been Christians or Hindus or Mormons and giving me pretty much the same argument. It's just the guy upstairs and this throne in the sky is slightly different. And yet again, I've been given a book which has all these proofs in it. And we have, it's a linguistic miracle. No one could have written it. No one can reproduce it. Well, I'm sure if someone was told, reproduce something like the Iliad, and they published it, nobody would say, yeah, that's just as good. They just wouldn't. But in the interest of fairness, I took the book and I'm going to have a look through it. I can't guarantee I will end up a believer, though.